Elementary school kids can be quite freaking scary. Did you see the freaking faces on those kids? Those freaking tongues, did you see that's like some Mito Suji top tongues we saw those kids just sprouting out of their mouths. I was like, what the fuck? They look so creepy, man. They look like little demons. They're just coming after freaking our characters. I'm like, dude, oh my god. Isuzu, run! When she got tackled by them and all that, and you just see her like tapping out, I was just laughing. That was a really funny moment in this episode. Now, this episode of Amagi Brilliant Park, it has a lot of character development. People could probably consider this episode very slow, but these type of episodes actually I enjoy because there was some major development for our two main characters, Isuzu and Seiya. They both had, development. We got to find out more about their backgrounds. For instance, Isuzu, we find out that she was a Imperial soldier. In the past, she was a soldier. She was sent to the park to make sure the park doesn't fall under, and that is how she became the manager. So she was like a soldier, a strict soldier, like a military officer that was forced to become a manager to put everybody in line to make the park up and running again. And so you can honestly understand her personality a lot more with this episode and why she does what she does. And then with Seiya in this episode, we find out a weakness with him. For instance, he is scared of heights. He gets in a Ferris wheel this episode, and he reveals that he is scared of heights. And that right there, I was like, of all things this narcissistic bastard would be scared of, it would be freaking heights. Are you kidding me? Latifah and him get in the freaking Ferris wheel, and it felt like a romantic moment at first, and then we found out he's scared. I'm like, oh my god. That entire scene, it was interesting seeing Seiya with, like, a different persona for once. I mean, he showed actual weakness. His personality was a lot different than the normal atmosphere he gives off. Usually his character just gives off, like, I am perfect all the time. Like, he's 10 out of 10 all the time, like he did last episode. And so when I got to see him cower down like that, I was laughing because his personality, just the way we've seen it so far, and then the way it was different right there, that was a good comedy moment. Now, with the episode, we find out a little bit more about the backstory of Seiya and why he quit showbiz. We found out a little bit of troubles he had. For instance, it seems like something to do with his mother. His mother, for what I can understand in the past from the visuals I saw, I want to take a quick guess and say that the mother probably forced upon him to continue his dream, and he probably got fed up with it. Maybe the pressures of his mother, either his mother died, or his mother was pressuring him, or something along the lines of that, maybe a family divorce, and it caused him to get out of show business. He probably had a lot of stress. So I want to say right now, that's most likely what probably happened. Now, the animation of this episode, once again, very fluid. I love the animation. It looks as good as the first episode, so no complaints there. Now, I will say one thing, though. I said a little bit of it last week, and I will say it again. The entire bit with Isuzu, just attacking people with her gun, pulling her gun out and pointing at people, it's funny. I like it. But it will get old if they continue using that gag over and over again. You can't use the same comedy gag over and over again and expect it to be funny. The viewers will eventually grow, bored of it. It will eventually become stale in their eyes. And so, personally, hopefully they tone that down, because they're using it. Personally, I didn't actually find it that funny this episode. Comedy subjective, of course. I did not find that entire scene with Isuzu pointing her gun at all the, the mascots funny. But I did understand what the meaning was. For instance, you had it to where Isuzu as a character could not compromise with anyone. She was very strict, she was very serious, and she would not talk with anyone. I mean, she wouldn't compromise with anything. And that's actually the development Isuzu got in this episode. She learned to, become a lot better person. She needs to compromise, and at the exact same time, she learns that she is not dead weight at the end of this because she saves the entire amusement park. Speaking of the amusement park, there is a little bit of drama and tension at the end of this episode, especially between Isuzu and, Seiya. That drama tension between them because of, Seiya saying she's dead weight, and she gets upset about that, which in turn we get to see how Isuzu helps out the entire amusement park from the flooding rain. So, overall, it was a decent episode. I enjoyed it. I mean, like I said, people probably could consider this very slow or boring to some extent, but I liked it getting to see the development with these two characters. Oh yeah, one more thing I want to cover real quick. There was a dragon at the end of this episode. Now, I wonder exactly what this dragon has to do with the plot next episode, but that dragon looked really freaking crazy. Anyways, you all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.